Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sustainable Hunting Company. Today we are going to be reviewing the QAD Exodus Broadhead. Used it this last fall with a few hunts, one with Marcus and what I killed my deer on. So we'll kind of run through and what I think of it and kind of what I thought of the performance of it. So we'll get going on this. The first thing I want to go over is this fall, the first time I guess I really shot at this QAD Broadhead at a deer was when I was with Marcus. That was the same day he shot his doe, could not find. And all I gotta say is that it was flying straight, but the issue I had when I shot at that time is it did hit a branch in front of me, as I kind of see here in this video playing. But yeah, so it was right on target, flies well. That ended up being about almost, what, 30 yard shot or so, 40 yards, something like that. But I found at long distance it flew true. A lot of times you'll run into issues with, at least I've had issues with, was with the muzzy broadheads. Mosquitoes everywhere. In my ear, okay. A lot of issues I've had with like the muzzy trocar ones that you put together is I've had horrible flight path. A lot of time you see the arrow and it's kind of going like this, or it kind of goes like this. These ones, not that issue. They flew like broadheads. If you kind of see here, I don't know how blurry it'll be, but how that kind of goes back towards the arrow. So if you are going to get these, I would recommend getting your arrows probably like an inch longer. I already shot an inch longer with my other arrows. This is just my light arrow that goes with my old bow. But essentially, think about it when you draw back. If you have a short arrow, you're going to get hit by your broadhead on the finger. This one's not as sharp, so I'm okay touching it just because I shot into target a few times. So with that, I eventually did get to shoot a deer with it later on. That was that 6-pointer that was up north. That was just what was it, a 7-yard shot. Let's go. Went through the front shoulder, as you see in the video. Well, you couldn't really see it in the video, but went through the shoulder, went through the deer, the lungs, heart, and then exited out the back side since it was slightly quartering away, and went through the rib. It was awesome because I went right through it all, but the only issue was, and it actually stuck into the ground 3 inches, but the issue was on that one, so I'll show you this picture while I'm talking here, the blade broke, wasn't reusable. And I think these ones, if I remember right, you can replace the blades on these, but I'm not going to worry about that. These are more of just a test, kind of see how they are and how they fly, since the blades are flimsy and it just costs too much to constantly having to fix them. So it's kind of the review on that. Overall, the durability on the QAD Exodus, I don't know, I'd give it like a 6, because the one that I did miss the deer on and it went in the dirt, it just got dirty and nothing broke. You can shoot them a bunch of times in the targets. Now when it comes to hitting bone, they'll go through it, but they'll be broken by all the time it's said and done, which is better than those flimsy mechanicals you can shoot that are thin and break and then they don't penetrate. But overall reusableness on them, I haven't really checked it, but for sharpness, I'll probably give them a 9, 8, 9, because they're pretty sharp to start out, just out of the box for factory, which is pretty good because a lot of times the factory sharpened ones aren't that sharp. Overall for flight on this, I give it a 10 out of 10. Honestly, both times that I've shot it, so I shot it with my old bow and my other bow, both different arrow setups. This is a light arrow setup. I didn't modify the arrows at all. My other one, they're up to 550 grains. Both of them still flew straight, so I gotta give that flight a 10 out of 10 on that. I'd say overall rating on the Broadhead, I'll give it an 8.5. It's a good setting on it. If you're looking to kind of get into archery for, I don't remember how much they are. I think now they're like 42 bucks for a 3-pack. Not a bad broadhead to get into. You will be successful with it. I mean, as long as you practice and practice with one of the broadheads, it's good to practice the arrows. Put them out, the practice head on each arrow, make sure they're all flying the same. I guess with that, guys, all I gotta say is I recommend this broadhead. It's deadly, it'll do the job. You may have to buy new blades for it all the time, and I don't recommend the muzzy, but the only issue is with that, with the ones that you put together, is you got a lot of room for air. So really any broadhead you put together, I'm not a huge fan of, for my opinion. I'm not, I guess, an expert in any of this, but I had switched to, I guess, a 2-bladed one. I'm going to try that out this year. It does spin a little bit. I kind of look at Ranch Fury, his videos with the hunting public. They had a few other, I guess, examples of that with spinning broadheads. I can't remember which one they were using. It's kind of one of the design, and it was their $500 broadhead. Essentially, we'll see how that goes. 2-blade, been sharpening them lately and just kind of testing out the sharpness. Mosquitoes everywhere again, but been sharpening them, see how they perform this year. And I do have some mechanicals, but I probably won't ever use those with the heavy arrow because it's not a good combination. When you got all that weight, you want something up front that'll withhold and cut on contact. That's all I got for you guys, so go if you want to. I recommend the QAD Broadhead, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.